I pretty much had straight A's. I did. And I was, I think that's one reason I managed to get in Rice, although I didn't do it for that reason. I just had this need to learn it all, I guess. I decided I might like to try Texas schools, so I was looking at different ones.
Mm-hmm.
So we did a swing and saw several, and somewhere along the way we visited Rice, and I just said, I'm very interested. And at that point, I don't remember doing a formal admissions, but I think I probably did. I probably filled out an essay and that sort of thing. But he said, I think if you want to go, I can tell you you'll get in.
Oh, wow.
And I'm like, really? That was easy. So
Studying.
no, there were 4 men to every woman
Oh.
in that college. And women were expected to be teachers. These were the choices when you came out of college. Teachers, secretaries, or nurses. None of which interested me. It may have been, but I just got lucky because the husband of a good friend of mine was a little older, and he'd gone to Rice, and he knew he'd been working for IBM, and he just sort of said, I think you'd be really good at this job, and I think IBM will decide you would be too. Well, why don't you go interview? It'll get your father off your back. I said, great idea. So I did. I thought, well, why not? Then they offered me a job, and I was so completely taken aback. But it was great. So I ended up going to work for IBM, and I absolutely loved it. It turned out to be an absolutely fascinating job. I was told they would bring somebody like me in. Most of them were men. I was the only woman, and 2 women in that office. And when I went, they sent me away for 6 weeks of training. There were 60 people, only 4 of them were women.
Oh my gosh.
So that's how unusual it was. And you were very independent. They'd give you the job, and you would spend a lot of time with the customer in their offices, not stuck behind a desk, finding out how they did things manually, and then figuring out how to make that go on a machine and how for the machine to do it. And then you'd write the computer program. And then you would go back to the customer's office, and you'd teach them how to use it.
Oh my gosh.
So it was what I would say many-faceted, and it was a lot of fun. This is digressing, but I think it shows how women's roles have changed. When I did get pregnant expecting your mother, I was told that IBM expected you to quit at 6 months pregnant. Huge salary cut, huge. It basically cut our income in half.
Oh.
Well, because Deepa and I were making the same amount. And, but we had planned for it. Instead of spending mine, I think I told you, we used it to furnish a house. We used it for essentials, and we didn't use it for every day at all. So anything we didn't need, we just socked away, and we had, we were probably a lot better off than some couples.
Yeah.
And we didn't, I think our first child arrived a couple of years after we married. So we both worked that whole time. And really had a fine old time.
Yeah.
But no, I don't know if I would have kept going or not, because there was no daycare, so it would have been pretty awful.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I have one friend that did have a child young, and I think her family helped care for the baby, so she worked. But it was not ideal. I did, but only much later.
Yeah.
Again, the whole daycare thing. I did it after the kids were, when they were in high school. And I mainly chose to do a lot of volunteer work. And the way I did that, well, I'll finish. I did do another job for a friend very briefly. It was a short-term thing.